Good morning. So happy to see a courtroom full of smiling faces. We love Admissions Day because typically nobody loses today. And we also love having babies in the courtroom and families in the courtroom. So please feel free to move around, take pictures, and celebrate with your family. And with that, we will get started.
Court begins today with the admission of 41 applicants for the practice of law in the state of West Virginia, presented by Ashton Bias Harrell, Bar Admissions Administrator.
May it please the court. Good morning, Chief Justice Bunn, Justice Wooten, Justice Trump, Justice Ewing, and Justice Titus. My name is Ashton Bias Harrell, and as the Bar Admissions Administrator, it is my distinct honor and privilege this morning to appear before this court to move the admission of these applicants who have met all of the necessary requirements to be admitted to practice law in our great state of West Virginia. Please stand to be recognized as I call your name. Theodore Henry Stackpole. Alexander Hamilton Long. David Andrew Stanton. Cameron Joseph Stamper. Successful applicants of the West Virginia Bar Exam. You may be seated. Madison Marie Sullivan. Anthony Carlos Pastor. Rachel Kimmel. Sydney Nicole Croft. Allison Marie Hanna. Justin Donald Christofoli. Stephen Francis Hoffman. Connor M. Riley. Haley Ray McElroy. Daniel Lawrence Corbett. Elizabeth Ann Murphy. Ryan Michael McCann. Zachary Edward Moore. Jacob Crispin Proctor. Veronica Lynn Stewart. Robert Neal Pierce. Enrique Sebastian. Donald Patrick Lavarge. Angelina Sabeto. Alec Randolph Smith. Cameron Thomas Sod. Elizabeth Regan Jarvis. And Jean Annalise Mack for admission by transferred uniform bar examination score. You may be seated. Jared Anthony Smith for admission by reciprocity, having previously been admitted in North Carolina. Taylor Marie Mick for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Taywoods Lynn for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in California and Indiana. Benjamin Joseph Chenier for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Rachel Ann Duboff for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. Adam Paul Murdoch for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Pennsylvania. Philip Baker Shank for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Pennsylvania, D.C., and Maryland. Richard Sylvester Hazeltine for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Ohio. Carol Boston Carell for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Virginia and D.C. Sabrina Noel Nezelrot for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Virginia. Michael Edward Holson for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Wisconsin. Ahmad Sayed Matini for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Virginia, New York, and D.C. Kira Chilco Mons for admission by reciprocity, having been admitted in Pennsylvania and Maryland. You may have a seat. Your Honors, I've examined the records of each of these applicants. Based on my knowledge of their achievements and interviews of their character and fitness, it is my belief that they fully satisfy all of the requirements for admission to practice law in the state of West Virginia, and therefore, I respectfully move for their admission.
Thank you, Madam Bar Examiner, and we very much appreciate your willingness to present this impressive group to us, and it's my pleasure to grant your motions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next, we'll administer the oath. If the applicants could please stand. Raise your right hand. You do not have to repeat after me, but at the end, please say I do. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of West Virginia, that I will honestly demean myself in the practice of law, that I will conduct myself with integrity, dignity, and civility, and show respect toward judges, court staff, clients, fellow professionals, and all other persons, and to the best of my ability, execute my office of attorney at law, so help me God. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our newest class of West Virginia lawyers. We very much welcome you. You may be seated, and if you will indulge us a few minutes, the justices like to give a few comments as you embark on your new career. So with that, I will start with Justice Titus.
Well, thanks very much. I'm honored to
Turn
be
your
here
mic on.
with you today. Got a buzz in here to talk. So I'm honored to be with you here today, more than you could know. I want to talk to you about responsibility. As a lawyer, you're going to have responsibility to your clients. You're going to have responsibility maybe to law partners, certainly to your family. You'll have responsibility. You also have responsibility to the bar as a whole. Your greatest asset is your reputation. What you do will reflect upon yourself acutely, but it will reflect upon all of us. It will impact the health of our legal system, our state, and the very health of our republic. And so I would encourage you to remember, as a lawyer, you're always on your honor, no matter what. We don't have to be sworn in to be under oath. We're always under oath. I'd like for you to consider bar service if you get that opportunity within the West Virginia State Bar. Of course, civic service within your communities, and particularly consider guardian service in some of our child abuse and neglect docket. We're desperately in need of attorneys there, and you may not know this, but that work is 40% of this court's docket. So almost half of the cases that this court considers as a matter of docket are child abuse and neglect cases. So please consider helping. You can't do everything, but you can do something. So, and congratulations. I'm really happy for you all and proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Titus. Justice Ewing.
All right, well, first want to say congratulations to each of you. Welcome to the West Virginia Bar. I have no idea what path you're taking Some of you, I'm sure, are practicing in West Virginia or practicing other places, coming here just to be able to handle some cases. I don't know. But if you're unsure of what you're going to do, to follow up on what Justice Titus said, I was a circuit judge for 7 years. There is a desperate need for attorneys to step up and handle appointed cases, abuse and neglect, criminal, habeas, all those cases. So even if you're going to a firm and you think, well, I'll never, I'm not going to do that kind of work, just know that the circuit judges in this state are looking for people to even just take 1 or 2 cases, being willing to give, and you get paid. It's not great, I get it, but that's a service you can do on behalf of the justice system in this state. And it's, seeing it from both sides, it's very important. So if you don't have your path marked out at this point, I'd ask you to consider that. If you already have your path marked out, I would ask you to consider doing some of that work to help out the court system across the state. The other thing is, as lawyers, you're going to be looked at to be leaders in your community. I mean, people want problems solved. They're going to look to you, the PTO, the Little League. And you have to be willing to step up and do those things because your community needs you. And in doing that, you're going to have to step outside your comfort zone sometimes and just be willing to do that. And don't look at this as it's a profession where obviously you can make a lot of money and have a good life, but it's also a profession where you can change other people's lives. And you do that through service. And so I'd impress upon each of you to make part of what you do about serving others.
Thank you, Justice Titus. Justice Trump. Oh, sorry. Thank you, Justice Ewing. Justice Trump.
Thank you, Chief. I offer to all of you my congratulations on your admission this day. I think you'll find that the West Virginia Bar is a welcoming place, a family of sorts. And we are all mindful of the hard work and dedication and time it took for all of you and the support of your families and loved ones to reach this moment here. I'm impressed by your commitment to the law. It is so important. In less than 2 months, we will celebrate this nation's semi-quincentennial. When 250 years ago, we began an experiment on this continent in self-government. Its success depends upon the law. A little over 250 years ago, the colonies were lit afire by the publication of Thomas Paine, Common Sense, talking about among other things, the absurdity of hereditary monarchy. That which replaced it here on this continent depends completely upon the rule of law. And so remain dedicated always to that, to the oath that you've taken today. And if you do, you'll all enjoy not only great success, but great satisfaction in your professional careers. Congratulations.
Thank you, Justice Trump. Justice Wooten.
Thank you, Chief. I want to second the comments of my Thank you again, Chief.
You're welcome.
Modern technology. I want to second the comments of my colleagues. There's some interesting threads weaving through those comments. Two of my colleagues commented on the need for lawyers in this state, especially in areas where you get appointed to work, abuse and neglect cases and things like that. And that's because West Virginia has become, based on the criteria of national organizations, a legal desert, except for a very few counties, which is something that's different from when I started quite a while back. But it's you hear about too many lawyers in places like the legislature and whatnot. It's a shock to me that we're now considered a legal desert. When I began practicing, if you wanted to have a hearing, you contacted a judge's office to try and work out a schedule, and the criteria was when the judge had time. Now, because of the, quote, legal desert and the number of attorneys required in a lot of our proceedings, like abuse and neglect, the judge has to determine when lawyers can be available so he can have a hearing, which is a flip-flop. I would second the comments to the extent, it's a problem if you're dealing with something very serious like terminating or potentially terminating the right of a parent to custody of his or her child. Nothing can be more serious. We need lawyers to assist in that procedure to ensure that everyone is treated fairly and their rights guaranteed by the Constitution and the law are observed. So I would second their encouragement that you undertake that. I'll tell you, while you do get paid, it's not a lot, but it's adequate compensation according to the legislature anyway. But it's an early opportunity to get chance to appear in court, to make arguments on behalf of clients. If you work for a large firm and it's a major case, you may be several years before you actually get to go to court. And typically in these appointed counsel cases, you're in court as soon as you show up. So it's a great opportunity for you to get some practical experience interacting with judges and other lawyers. I'll tell you the other thing I want to say, and again, this is follow up on what my colleagues have said. For instance, Justice Trump mentioned that we're getting ready to celebrate the 250th anniversary of this great nation. If you look at the persons who signed the Declaration of Independence, those who were involved in a few years later in drafting our Constitution, you'll see that a majority, or if not a majority, certainly a significant minority of those individuals were members of the bar. And that's always been the case. It certainly was the case in the 1770s, and it remains the case today. Persons trained in the law and actively involved in the law were the primary architects of the founding of this nation. They drafted the Declaration of Independence. They drafted the Constitution. They were the key leaders. And I think that legal background and way of thinking, is evident in the product they produced. That remains true to this day. In every aspect of our society, you as lawyers will be instantly accorded respect based on the fact that you're a lawyer. So if you have a meeting in your church that has any business complication, if you speak, your fellow parishioners will listen more acutely to what you say because they know you're a lawyer, know your background. That's true in every aspect of your life as a lawyer. Little league teams, church or civic organizations, all those things that really have nothing to do with the actual practice of law, but it's the respect you will be accorded because you are a lawyer. And I would encourage you to embrace that responsibility. Just as the founding fathers of this nation with legal training, embraced the responsibility to provide leadership in the founding of this nation. Each of you will be looked to in the community where you end up practicing to provide leadership in that community in a host of areas apart from your actual job as being a lawyer. Now, I suspect not all of you will stay in West Virginia. Those who do, I certainly welcome you to our bar. It's a wonderful place to practice, and there's plenty of need for you, so I think you'll enjoy it. It's a great place to live and work, and I think all of us welcome you. We're glad to see new lawyers, and well, with that, I congratulate each of you, and in memory of our former Justice Hutchison, he also always mentioned the reason you're here is in part your accomplishment, but not exclusively your accomplishment. You have a host of people seated behind you in this room who supported your efforts, and that support has reached fruition. They've supported you all the way through, and now they should share in the pride in your accomplishment. So those of you who are supporters, we thank you. Again, congratulations to the new admittees. Welcome to West Virginia Bar.
Thank you, Justice Wooten. I feel like I have to acknowledge with my colleagues' eloquent references to our founding fathers that we have Alexander Hamilton in our presence, in our group, swearing him in. I just want to touch on a few things, and thank you for your patience with us. Part of the oath that you just took, right after you swore your allegiance to the constitutions, ours in this state and to the United States Constitution, you then swore to be civil to each other, to your staff people, to court personnel, and, quote, all other persons. Yes, that means the person that cuts you off in traffic. I once heard a friend of mine say, you can't flip anybody off in this town, it might be a federal judge. It's a small bar, and I think that just emphasizes you're going to run into each other again. Whether you're going to practice here for a little bit or practice here full time, just take with you being civil and respectful to each other. Sharp elbows are not appreciated by the court, I will tell you, and they don't inure to your benefit or to your client's benefit. And I just want to say that the 4 colleagues that I have sitting here on the bench with me exemplify civil disagreement. We are, yes, colleagues, and yes, we are also friends. And these 4 people are the iron that sharpens my iron. And I appreciate more than anything else our times of civil disagreement, because I believe that that gets us to the right answer, that gets us to better outcomes for the citizens of West Virginia. And that work does not fall just to us sitting here in robes. It falls to you, advocating well, advocating honorably, advocating in a way that is wholly honest, that is your own work, that is not a last-minute ChatGPT, in a way that is honest to the court, fair to your opponent, and well-prepared. We can't get to the right answer unless you're asking the right questions. And so I ask that as you embark on the continuance of your career, if this is your 3rd or 4th place that you're swearing into, or if this is your brand new first day on the job, you get to run back and sign your first pleading. I very much remember that feeling. Take with you the values of civility and respect, and doing this job with honor for the people that you're representing, for the courts that you are appearing before, and just for the rule of law, as my colleagues have said. So thank you for undertaking this heavy but important role in society. And with that, I congratulate you and absolutely welcome you as a friend, a colleague, and maybe one day iron that will sharpen my iron. So thank you very much. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for being here. We absolutely love Admissions Day. We like seeing all your smiling faces and your families in the room. Please enjoy the ceremony, and we'll go ahead and get started.
The admission ceremony continues with 21 applicants for admission to practice law in the state of West Virginia. We begin with the Honorable Judge H. Charles Carl III, presenting Emily Catherine Carl.
I'm going to put on the record, I do know this movement, and good luck to you. Let's hope he does okay.
Good morning. May it please the court, my name is Charlie Carl, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to appear before this court today to move for the admission of my daughter, Emily Catherine Carl, who has met the requirements for admissions under the rules. Emily is a native of Romney in Hampshire County, where she attended Hampshire High School. She then graduated from West Virginia Wesleyan College with a degree in business administration and a minor in criminal justice. She then attended West Virginia University College of Law, graduating in 2025, and while there, she received a Cali Award for insurance law. Emily is currently employed in the Mineral County Prosecuting Attorney's Office as an assistant prosecuting attorney working on abuse, neglect, and juvenile matters. Your Honors, I have known this applicant since the day she was born. Remember it fondly. Based on my knowledge, I do believe that Emily will be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move her admission.
Thank you, Judge Carl. Not only do we love to see one of our own circuit judges up here moving admission, we especially love when a parent gets to move the admission of a child. So I happily grant your motion. Congratulations, Emily.
Thank you, Your Honors.
Austin Scott Grimmett, presenting Darby Dooley.
Good morning, Madam Chief Justice, honorable justices, may it please the court. My name is Austin Grimmett. I'm the prosecuting attorney of Worth County, West Virginia, and I have the honor today to introduce and move for the admission a dear friend of mine that we met in Columbus, Ohio, at the Ohio State University College of Law, Darby O. Dooley. Darby's from Clarksville, Ohio, close to the Cincinnati area. He is what every lawyer should be, a hard worker, someone that has devoted their life to trying to seek the truth, and it will be a real honor to have him join the West Virginia Bar. So he has met all of the requirements under the rules, and so at this time, I would move for the admission of Darby Dooley to our bar.
We occasionally accept a Buckeye around here, so I'm happy to grant your motion. Thank you, Mr. Grimmett. Congratulations.
Stacy L. Forgill, presenting Christopher Mark Nelson and Hunter Ryan Horton.
Good morning. May it please the court. My name is Stacy Lynn Forgill, and I am the Chief Public Defender of Raleigh County, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to appear before this court to move for the admission of Christopher Mark Nelson and Hunter Ryan Horton. They have both met the requirements for admission under the rules. I'll start with Mr. Nelson. Mr. Nelson is a native of Raleigh County and graduated from the West Virginia University with a degree in political science in 2016, where he was a member of the wrestling team. He then attended law school at WVU's College of Law, graduated in 2019. Following law school, he obtained his Rule 9 license and worked for Legal Aid in Beckley before he joined our office in 2023, where he's currently employed. Your Honors, I've known Mr. Nelson for 3 years, and I've had the pleasure of watching him develop his legal skills. He works hard for his clients in a job that many do not want to do. Based upon my knowledge, I believe that Mr. Nelson will continue to be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move for his full admission to the bar.
I'm happy to grant your motion.
Thank you. To my right is Hunter Ryan Horton, and I believe he has met the requirements for admission under Rule 9. Mr. Horton is a native of Raleigh County and graduated from Concord University with a degree in political science. He attended law school at Samford University's Cumberland School of Law, graduating in 2019. Following his graduation, he practiced criminal law in Alabama before returning to West Virginia in January of this year. He's currently employed in my office, bless you, He's currently employed in my office and plans to continue to practice at our office, where he will have a full docket of cases waiting on him when we return tomorrow. Your Honors, I've known Mr. Horton for about 6 months. He's known my husband's family a little longer through baseball and things, but based on my knowledge, I do believe that he will be an asset to West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move for his admission under Rule 9.
I hope that you both have your brand-new attorney pens sharpened. It sounds like it's time to go. Thank you in advance for your public service. Your motion is granted.
Thank you very much.
Jeremiah Lee Gardner, presenting Gregory Allen Parker.
May it please the court, my name is Jeremiah Gardner. It is my distinct honor and privilege to come before this court to move for the admission of Gregory Parker, who has met the requirements for admission under the rules. Gregory Parker is a native of Lewis County and graduated from Fairmont State University with a degree in national security and political science. He joined the United States Army after 9/11 and is now retired. He attended Duquesne Klein School of Law, graduating in 2025, and received the Kiley Awards in Sales and Constitutional Law. Greg is currently employed with the Public Defender Corporation in the Second Judicial Circuit. I've had the honor of working with him for approximately 6 months. He's got outstanding research skills, and he's a very accomplished writer. I can tell that from reading a lot of briefs as a law clerk. Your Honors, I've known this applicant for almost a year. Based on my knowledge, I believe that Greg will be an asset to the State Bar, and I respectfully move for his admission. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gardner, and welcome, Mr. Parker. It's a pleasure to grant your motion, and thank you for your public service.
Thank you, Your Honor. Holly Jane Wilson, presenting Susan Hovey Murray.
May it please the court, my name is Holly Wilson, and I'm the Principal Deputy Solicitor General for the state of West Virginia. Today, it's my distinct honor and privilege to appear before this court to move the admission of S. Hallie Hovey Murray, who has met the requirements under the rules. Hallie is a native of Virginia and graduated from Southern Methodist University with a Bachelor of Arts in History. She attended William and Mary School of Law, graduating in 2019, where she was a Leadership Institute Fellow and a member of the Alternative Dispute Resolution Team. Prior to joining the West Virginia Attorney General's office, Hallie served as an Assistant Attorney General in the Criminal Appeals section for the Virginia Attorney General's office, where she briefed many criminal appeals and got to argue before the Court of Appeals in Virginia. She has been a member of our office since last October, and Your Honors, I've had the privilege of working with Hallie as her supervisor in the Solicitor General's division. Based on my knowledge, I believe that Hallie will be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move her admission.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson, and we're happy to welcome you to the best Virginia bar. Motion's granted.
Gerald Joseph Langen, presenting Robert Anthony Hawks.
Madam Chief Justice, may it please the court. I'm Gerald Joseph Langen, here from Hardy County, and it is my distinct honor to move the admission this morning of Robert Anthony Hawks, who has met the requirements for admission to our bar. Hardy County has sadly become an underserved legal county. We are actively recruiting and seeking more attorneys to practice in our bar. Mr. Hawks comes from the state of Illinois originally, holds his undergraduate and his law degrees from Marquette University, where he graduated cum laude in 2007 and is published in the Marquette Elder Law Journal. Mr. Hawks is currently employed with the U.S. Department of Transportation in Washington, and he's working remotely from Hardy County. Like myself, a former federal practitioner who, on retirement, opened my transition law practice in Hardy County, Mr. Hawks plans to do the same, and we will warmly welcome and need his services there. Your Honor, I've known Mr. Hawks for 5 years. He's my friend and neighbor. I believe he will be an asset to the West Virginia Bar, and I respectfully move his admission this morning.
Mr. Hawks, welcome. We love that you are serving in an area that needs your service, and I'm happy to grant your motion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carol Jean Gatewood, presenting Bernard Francis Burtis.
Chief Justice Bunn, Justices Trump, Ewing, Titus, and Wooten, may it please this honorable court. I am Carol Jean Gatewood, and with your permission and somewhat indulgence, I share with you that I remain a member in good standing with this honorable court. I do not take this duty before me today in this action without candid consideration. Succinctly put, it is truly an honor to be permitted to practice within this great state. After all, it is almost heaven. Ladies typically do not enjoy revealing, let alone discussing their age either directly or indirectly, and I am one such lady. However, consistent with the rules of practice, candor is required before this tribunal. Accordingly, I am admittedly loath to divulge the following fact to this tribunal, one which undoubtedly constitutes an admission against self-interest. Almost 4 decades ago, not too far from the half-century demarcation, a Juris Doctorate from the West Virginia University of College was thankfully conferred upon me. The fact of my lengthy career in practice is somewhat essential to provide the appropriate context for the action and purpose of my appearance before you this day with Mr. Beau Francis Burtis III. The relevance of that almost half-century practice and my movement for this particular candidate's admission shall be made fully relevant in just a few seconds. The Juris Doctor awarded also many years ago from the West Virginia University College of Law, of which Beau Francis Burtis has been awarded such a degree, and its attendant preparedness provided opportunities which permitted me a pathway to engage in a diverse legal career, afforded a world full of adventure, all of which I know awaits Beau Francis Burtis III. It is a degree that I honor. It encourages the exercise and engagement of curiosity filled with intellectual challenges. My degree was a stepping stone for a global international practice, which permitted me to travel all over the world and place me in rooms and courtrooms and tribunals that I never knew existed. But for that degree and the West Virginia University College of Law and this honorable court, this girl from a small town in West Virginia whose large family was presented with socioeconomic challenges would not have had the life and enjoyed a practice which was permitted to me. Accordingly, I hold the movement for an admission to this honorable court as being one that is sacred. That joy and adventure that was brought to me through this journey is not the subject of today's purpose, but it does bear no greater fulfillment than the satisfaction brought to me today in this courtroom, standing with Mr. Beau Francis Burtis III. That is because it is truly my great honor and privilege to appear before this court today to move for the admission of Bernard Francis Burtis III. I have, throughout my career, with great intention reserved the honor of making such an application or filing such a paper with this court. In fact, there's been only one other time in that almost half-century demarcation, and that was for my son a couple of years ago. I do hold Beau Francis Burtis III to be like a son to me, and that phrase is not casual, and it's not to be taken lightly. Mr. Burtis is a young man whose veracity, rectitude, faith, and trustworthiness are each exemplified in his daily life. His character beyond reproach, and thankfully, God saw fit to have our paths cross. Bo and my son befriended each other at the West Virginia University College of Law, and I'm sure will gladly proclaim throughout their years to remain best friends. Bo was awarded his Juris Doctorate from West Virginia University College of Law in May 2021. During law school, Bo concentrated in labor and employment. True to his character and demonstrating his love of country and his commitment and passion for paying it forward, Bo, during his studies at the College of Law, worked tirelessly in the West Virginia College of Law Veterans Advocacy Clinic. Not only did Bo spend his time in the Veterans Clinic, I watched him with his classmates. He is a person of strong moral character. He is a fiercely loyal friend, a kind-hearted person, and always makes time for someone, anyone who is in need. And in today's greatly fractured climate, it is rare to see a young, highly competitive man and practitioner with such a generous spirit. In my humble opinion, he is the exacting type of person who can and will exercise his practice of law in this state in a manner which is beyond reproach. Frankly, there are more Bo's needed in this world and certainly in our profession. Bo was born in West Virginia. His goodness, intellect, wit, and passion are a testament to both of his parents who are here today. Bernard Francis Burtis II and his amazing wife Deborah raised their son in West Virginia and have remained lifelong residents here. I would be remiss if I failed to share that in 2016, Bo received his Bachelor of Arts in History cum laude from Bethany College, where he was a two-time all-conference football player, and something offensive, but we'll go with that, and a recipient of multiple academic and leadership awards. Currently, Bo is a practitioner and an associate member of Brown & James in Belleville, Illinois. The firm maintains 6 offices, and Bo's practice includes motion practice, discovery deposition, strategic case development, and an emphasis on thorough preparation and result-driven advocacy. Prior to his practice, Bo served as an assistant state's attorney for Kendall County, Illinois. He is admitted to practice also and is a member in good standing in the states of both North Carolina and Illinois. As a result of my years of experience, both personally and professionally, Bo Francis Burtis III has deservedly earned my deepest respect and the respect of the tribunals before whom he has practiced. Therefore, I have concluded without reservation that Bo Francis Burtis III will undoubtedly be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar. Accordingly, I respectfully move for his admission.
Ms. Gatewood, I thank you so much for your sincere and well-supported motion, and Mr. Burtis, welcome to the West Virginia Bar. Your motion's granted.
Thank you so much.
Benjamin Dean Adams, presenting Jordan T. Bush.
May it please the court. My name is Ben Adams. I'm an attorney at Morgan & Morgan here in Charleston, West Virginia. It's my distinct honor and privilege to appear before this court today to move for the admission of Jordan T. Bush, who has met the requirements for admission under the rules. Jordan is a native of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he graduated from Washington and Jefferson College in Washington, Pennsylvania, with a degree in history. He attended the University of Pittsburgh School of Law, graduated in 2011, and he is admitted to the Pennsylvania Bar. Jordan works out of our firm's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania office, and he focuses his practice on personal injury, representing injured folks across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, as well as the northern panhandle of our great state. Your Honors, I have known Jordan for some time. He and his wife have 4 children. I also have 4 children. I'm keenly aware of the balancing act that he performs, that anybody with young kids in this profession performs on a daily basis as attorneys and parents. And based on my knowledge, I believe that Jordan T. Bush would be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move for his admission.
While being a pit panther is often a disqualifying factor, I hold Mr. Adams' reputation highly and congratulate you on coming to your senses and joining the West Virginia Bar. Let's go Mountaineers. Your motion is granted.
Thank you. Sarah Catherine Brown, presenting Oklawaha Joe Holt.
Good morning, and may it please the court. My name is Sarah Brown, and I am the Executive Director of Mountain State Justice, a statewide nonprofit legal services organization. It is my pleasure to appear before the court today to move the admission of Oklawaha Holt, who has met the requirements for admission under Rule 9. Oklawaha graduated from Earlham College in Indiana with a degree in Peace and Global Studies before attending the WVU College of Law, graduating in May 2025. During law school, Oklawaha demonstrated an exceptional commitment to advocacy and public service, dedicating more than 100 hours to pro bono work and community service. She focused in particular on immigration law, working in the law school's immigration clinic and completing both an externship and a public interest advocate's summer fellowship with our office. And she also regularly volunteered at our monthly immigration clinic in Morgantown. Oklawaha joined Mountain State Justice in January as a West Virginia Fund for Law in the Public Interest Fellow in our Morgantown office, focusing on immigration law. Your Honors, I have come to know Oklawaha, or Wabi, over the last 2.5 years, and she is a dedicated and compassionate advocate with a deep commitment to providing excellent representation to immigrants in West Virginia. She is already an asset to our organization and will be to our state bar. Therefore, I respectfully move her admission to the bar of the state of West Virginia.
It's a pleasure to grant your motion, and thank you for your dedication to public service so early on. Welcome. Motion's granted.
John R. Wagner, presenting Kristen Renee Wagner.
May it please the court, Chief Justice. My name is John Wagner. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of myself and my wife, Robin, to present Kristen for admission to the bar in West Virginia. Kristen is a graduate of Purdue University. In 2020, she graduated from the University of Pittsburgh School of Law, the second Panther here today. In 2023, she graduated cum laude, executive editor of the Law Review, and she was also a published note author in the Law Review. She currently is employed with the firm of Dentons, the international law firm Dentons, in its Pittsburgh office. Her practice is in the area of wealth preservation and wealth management. I believe she is an asset to her colleagues in Pennsylvania. I think she'll be a fine asset to the clientele that they have in West Virginia and others, and I wholeheartedly recommend her admission today.
I think I've got my Pit Panther out. I won't break into song this week. It's Caroline. And I would be happy to grant your motion. Congratulations to you and congratulations, Dad.
I have to add, Your Honor, it was 42 years ago I was admitted here as a graduate of WVU Law School.
Thank you. We'll debrief the wrong turn.
I understand both sides of the story.
Thank you. Welcome.
Robin Godfrey, presenting William Zion Godfrey.
May it please the court. I'm Robin Godfrey. I'm a 50-year member of the West Virginia State Bar, and I'm moving the admission today of my son, William Zion Godfrey, who has completed all the requirements necessary for admission to the bar. This is an appropriate time, I think, and fitting that I also mention his grandfather, William T. O'Farrell, who was of the law firm Jackson Kelly Holt and O'Farrell. I have to say, I've been up here 4 times, and Muhammad Ali said it ain't bragging if you've done it. Won 4 times, or 5 if you count the fact that Mary Ellen and I got married here as well. Zion is a lifelong resident of Kanawha County, graduated from Capitol High School. He graduated from WVU Eberly College, summa cum laude, in English in 03, and then 07. He had a master's degree from Ben Gurion University in the Negev in Israel in Middle East Studies in 2009. And then in 2024, he graduated with a law degree from the Antonin Scalia School of Law at George Mason University. He's employed as an associate at Jackson Kelly here in town. Prior to law school, he worked at a number of law firms, pardon me, including two in Manhattan, Quinn Emanuel, and after that, Weil, Gottschall, and Mangus. It's a pretty busy week for him. I appreciate you taking the time because he's getting married on Saturday. I've known this applicant 41 years, 9 months, 1 week, and 6 days. I was there when he was born. He will be an exemplary addition to the bar. I appreciate you hearing me today. I respectfully move his admission, and thank you.
I absolutely love to hear a family tradition carried on for generations. Thanks to your whole family for your service to the West Virginia Bar, and best wishes, congratulations, good luck. Your motion's granted.
Thank you. Bruce Allen Archer, presenting Olivia Grace Archer Goodwin.
May it please the court. My name is Bruce Allen Archer, and I serve as general counsel for the 6 hospitals comprising the North Region of WVU Medicine. It is my distinct honor and privilege to appear before this court today to move for the admission of my daughter, Olivia Grace Archer Goodwin, who has met the requirements for admission under the rules. Olivia Grace Archer Goodwin is a native of Ohio County, Wheeling, graduate of Wheeling Park High School, and was co-valedictorian of Bethany College with degrees in political science and psychology, and she was also a member of the soccer team. She attended the University of Dayton School of Law, graduating in 2024. She was the secretary of the Women in Law and Leadership Club and a member of the Honor Council. She is also a member of the Ohio Bar. Olivia Grace Archer Goodwin is currently employed by Dinsmore and Scholl in Wheeling, practicing workers' compensation. Your Honors, I have known this applicant since 9:05 a.m. on January 26, 1999. Based on my knowledge, I believe that Olivia Grace Archer Goodwin will be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move her admission.
It is an honor to grant your motion. Welcome to the bar, and glad you're carrying on the family tradition.
Thank you.
Raymond Kenny Lamora III, presenting Gabriella Leanne Sager.
May it please the court, my name is Ray Lamora, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to appear before the court today and move for the admission of Gabriella Leanne Sager, who has met the requirements to practice under the rules. Gabriella was born and raised in Martinsburg, West Virginia, and currently calls Elkins her home. She is a first-generation college and law school graduate. She attended West Virginia Wesleyan College and earned a degree in English with minors in honors, history, and legal studies. While there, she was president of sorority Alpha Gamma Delta. Gabriella attended Appalachian School of Law in Grundy, Virginia, graduating in 2023, and was Chief Justice of her law fraternity Phi Alpha Delta Sutton chapter from 2022 to 2023. She is currently licensed to practice law in the state of Indiana. Your Honors, I've known this applicant since 2022 when she interned at Legal Aid of West Virginia and continued to work there as through Title IX. We have remained close friends ever since that time, and based on my knowledge, I believe that Gabriella Leanne Sager will be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar, and I respectfully move her admission.
Happy to welcome another lady chief to the bar. I'm happy to grant your motion. Welcome.
Thank you, Your Honors.
Otmar Gay Elmore III, presenting Alex Andrew Moscatello.
Good morning. May it please the court. It's my honor. My name is Ott Elmore. I go by Ott Elmore. May it please the court. My name is Ott Elmore. It is my distinct honor and privilege to be here with you today to move for the admission of Alex Moscatello. Pursuant to the rules, he has met all regulations and guidelines to be admitted to the West Virginia State Bar. Mr. Moscatello comes to us today from Michigan. He graduated with an undergraduate degree in criminal justice from Northern Michigan University. After graduating, Mr. Moscatello served as a police officer and firefighter for 4 years before deciding to go to law school. Mr. Moscatello attended the Appalachian School of Law in Grundy, Virginia, where he served as president of multiple clubs and organizations and graduated with honors. Mr. Moscatello was extremely involved in the community, and this is where I first met him. Alex is currently employed at Elmore Law, and he's going to be an asset to us for years to come. I've known Alex for 4 years and believe that he'll be an asset to the West Virginia State Bar. As such, I respectfully move for his admission before you here today.
Thank you, Mr. Elmore. Mr. Moscatello, I am honored that you have chosen to move from first responding to serving the public in this way, and we're happy to welcome you to the West Virginia Bar. Your motion's granted.
Thank you.
Brian Dale Morrison, presenting Sharon Michelle Napier.
If it may please the court, my name is Brian Morrison, Oxley Rich Salmons in Huntington. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you and introduce you to Sharon Napier. I have known Miss Napier for over 10 years. She lived across the street, her and her husband. And I can remember her coming to talk to me about maybe going to law school. I could not persuade her away from that, and so here we are today. She decided to go to law school with 3 small boys at home, 1, 3, and 4 when she started law school. She grew up in St. Louis and Columbus, went to undergrad at the University of Miami of Ohio, and then finished up at Marshall with degrees in sociology and international affairs. Thereafter, she went to the University of Dayton, and again, with 3 small boys at home, thrived at Dayton and was a staff writer for the Law Review at Dayton. I'm not sure how she was able to juggle and handle all of that, other than I know her integrity and I know her character. Because of the way that I know her in the last 10 years, it is certainly a distinct honor and privilege to welcome her and move for her admission into the State Bar.
Mr. Morrison, thank you for your motion. And Ms. Napier, I know that Mom is the most important title you'll hold, but we're happy to grant the motion and now call you West Virginia lawyer. Welcome.
Stacy Lynn Price, presenting Nathan Michael Price.
Good morning.
Good
morning, and may it please the court. Good morning, may it please the court. My name is Stacy Price. I'm a proud member of the West Virginia Bar. They're currently practice in Tennessee. It is my distinct honor and privilege to appear before the court today to move for the admission of Nathan Michael Price, who has met the requirements for admission under the rules. Nathan Price is a native of Morgantown, West Virginia, and is a graduated from the University of Tennessee with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. He attended the West Virginia University College of Law and graduated in 2025 with a Doctor of Jurisprudence, where he served our military veterans in the Veterans Clinic. Nathan is currently employed as an associate at the Armstrong Law Firm in Gasaway, West Virginia. Your Honors, I have known this applicant since birth because I'm his proud mother. Based on my knowledge, I believe Nathan Price will be an asset to the West Virginia Bar, and I respectfully move for his admission.
Congratulations, Mr. Price. I'm happy to grant your mama's motion, and I know that she's so proud to make it. Welcome.
Olivia Sokos, presenting Madeline Margot Cavalier.
May it please the court. Good morning, Your Honors. My name is Olivia Sokos, and it's my pleasure to move for the admission of Madeline Cavalier to the West Virginia Bar. Originally from Pennsylvania, Madeline pursued her undergraduate education at Franklin and Marshall College before attending Paralegal Institute at the Thomas R. Klein School of Law at Duquesne University, where she became a certified paralegal. She decided that wasn't enough, so she came to WVU and earned her JD and distinguished herself both academically and personally. It was during law school that I had the opportunity to observe firsthand not only her intellectual ability, but also her resilience, integrity, and unwavering commitment to serving others. Of particular note was her work as a student clinician with the Immigration Law Clinic at WVU, where she represented clients in immigration court, assisted individuals seeking asylum, and helped clients navigate complex visa options. While West Virginia was not her home, she fully embraced the community and devoted herself wholeheartedly to helping the most vulnerable among us. Her compassion is genuine, and her advocacy is both thoughtful and tireless. Since graduating law school, Madeline has become a member of the Pennsylvania Bar, currently practicing as an associate with Carpenter, McAdden, and Lane in Pittsburgh. Her professional accomplishments following graduation have only reinforced what those of us who knew her in law school already understood. She possesses the intelligence, character, and professionalism essential to the practice of law. More importantly, she is deeply committed to helping people, and she approaches every endeavor with extraordinary dedication and care. She holds herself to an exceptionally high standard and consistently strives for excellence in all that she undertakes. Although she is a very dear friend of mine, my support for her admission is grounded in my sincere belief that she embodies the qualities the legal profession should aspire to cultivate. She is strong-willed, compassionate, and dedicated to leaving things better than she found them. I have no doubt that she will be an asset to the West Virginia Bar, and I respectfully move her admission.
Thank you, Ms. Sokos, for that heartfelt motion. And Ms. Cavalier, I can't wait to see where your zeal for public service takes you in the West Virginia Bar. Happy to grant the motion and welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Daniel Monroe Casto, presenting Jason Lee Grace.
Good morning, Your Honors. It's my distinct pleasure to be here today to present for admission Mr. Jason Grace. He's one of my law partners at Campbell Casto Clark in Leesburg, Virginia. Jason attended the Appalachian School of Law. He was a prosecutor for 10 years and joined our firm about 5 or 6 years ago. Excellent practitioner, great ethics. He's going to be a great asset to the West Virginia Bar, and it's my pleasure to move for his admission.
Thank you, Mr. Casto, and welcome, Mr. Grace. We're happy that you joined the West Virginia Bar.
Thank you.
Motion's granted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Catherine Bond Wallace, presenting Alexis Richey Coles.
Chief Justice and fellow justices of our highest court. I'm Kathy Wallace, and despite being a Razorback, I've spent my legal career here in West Virginia for the last 35 years. And I'm very honored this morning to move for the admission of Alexis Cole and as a Rule 9 admittee. Alexis is a native of Morgantown and of West Virginia, but she did get her law degree came from Widener University in Pennsylvania. I know without a doubt that she is going to be an asset to our bar, and I think we will be blessed to have her as a part. As support for that, I will tell you there's two things you'll know about Alexis when you first meet her or when you know her for any length of time. One is her love and her devotion for her family and her closest friends. And the second thing is her passion in uplifting and encouraging our community, and especially our young people. I think I'm going to add a third one too, and that is she's unstoppable. So once she sets her mind to something, there is no stopping Alexis. And she has shown that throughout her life and her legal career. We were fortunate enough at Child Law to hire her about a year ago before she'd finished her law degree and passed the bar as a victims advocate and a teen court coordinator. In just a little over a year, she has already advocated for over 80 children of abuse and neglect cases in West Virginia. And in addition to that, she's actually going to pen her first solo appeal reply to you all if you grant her motion today this week. So she's been working on that as well. And maybe even more, and she's also an entrepreneur and has her own business where she also uplifts the community. But I think maybe the most significant proof of her contribution to the Mon County area and to our communities is her role as teen court coordinator. She's been doing that for over a year, and for those who don't know, it's a sanctioned court by the Supreme Court who oversees it, and it passes through first-time offenders, teenagers, and they have a jury of teens, and they have attorneys who are also teenagers, and then, of course, a jurist who presides over the whole thing. Nationwide, that has shown to have the lowest recidivist rate of any other penalty or remedy that we can use for juveniles. And in just a year's time, Alexis has had over 120 teens that have come through her court, and that she has helped to learn about community service and give back to the community. So as I said before, I'm honored. I know she'll be an asset to our community and to our bar, and ask that you accept my motion.
Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Ms. Coles, we are so excited up here to hear that you are already filling a critical need and void in this state of advocating for our most vulnerable children. So thank you for that, and we can't wait to see you continue that work. Your motion is granted.
Thank you.
Welcome.
With a modification to the agenda, the final presenter is Malia Atwell Atkins, presenting Victoria Alexandra Powell.
Good morning, Your Honors. May it please the Court. My name is Malia Atwell Atkins, and I'm the VOCA attorney for Legal Aid of West Virginia. I'm here to respectfully request this Court to admit my dear friend and colleague, Victoria Alexandra Powell, to the practice of law. Victoria has met all the requirements for the rules of admission. She is a native of Kentucky and holds a bachelor's degree in history and a master's degree in education from Marshall University. She graduated from the Southern University Law Center in 2021, where she tallied civil procedure, won best oral argument in her class, and was a member of her school's moot court team. Victoria is already admitted to the practice of law in Alabama and will be a tremendous asset to our bar here in West Virginia. She's currently employed by Legal Aid of West Virginia, and she is spearheading a new program to assist women transitioning from incarceration to a more productive and stable life. I've known her since her tenure began at Legal Aid, and I can attest that she exemplifies the character, ethics, and tenacity for service that the West Virginia Bar values, and I respectfully move for her admission today. Thank you.
We are again pleased to hear about folks already undertaking public service and your service to legal aid. We appreciate that, and your motion is granted, Ms. Atkins.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Justices.
Raise your right hand. You do not have to repeat after me, but after me, you say I do. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of West Virginia, that I will honestly demean myself in the practice of law, that I will conduct myself with integrity, dignity, and civility, and show respect toward judges, court staff, clients, fellow professionals, and all other persons, and to the best of my ability, execute my office of attorney at law, so help me God. I do. Congratulations.
Right, congratulations. We are so happy to welcome you to the bar. And if you will indulge us, each one of my colleagues and I would like to offer a few comments as you begin your West Virginia legal career. Justice Titus.
Thank you, Chief. I'm honored to have the opportunity to welcome you to the bar. I can see how proud you are. It gives me a lot of energy. I love it. So nice to see so many parents moving the admission of their children. My dad did that for me in 2003. Usually I have a little picture of him doing that here that I hold up and everybody goes, oh, that's nice. But but if you did not have a parent here moving your admission, take heart. Someday you may be back moving the admission of your child, which I think would be more meaningful. I want to talk to you about responsibility. You will have responsibility to your clients, to your colleagues, to maybe law partners, certainly to your family, but you also have a responsibility to the bar as a whole. Your greatest asset is your reputation. The way you conduct yourself will affect not only you acutely, but will reflect upon the bar as a whole and our entire legal system. If you give your word, keep it. Give your opponents the benefit of the doubt. In all that you do as a member of this bar, please exhibit civility and please treat others with grace. Represent your clients zealously, but do so with humility. We are together on this earth for but a brief moment, and in that brief moment, it is a privilege to be in this profession with each of you. I'm just so proud of you. Congratulations. Please go forth and make us proud.
Thank you, Justice Titus. Justice Ewing.
All right, so first I'll say congratulations to each of you, and I think it's important to acknowledge that each of the new admittees, that you're essentially a turtle on a fence post. If you think about that, how that turtle didn't get there by itself, okay? So family is here supporting you, others along the way who've poured into your lives, invested in you. You need to reciprocate that as a lawyer. And part of that is, as a lawyer, you have an opportunity to be a leader in your community. You have an opportunity to serve in a variety of ways, and not just make a good living, not just have a good reputation, but to be able to give back and make meaningful change in your community. So I would press upon each of you as you go out to whatever job, whatever community, that you find a way to serve, because the people in your community are going to look for you to fill those roles just because you're a lawyer. And so it's important to be ready, willing, and able to give service to your community. That mentioned about teen court, that meant a lot to me because I started a teen court in Fayette County. I think one of the things that's important for lawyers just to understand in general is that the problem-solving courts that exist in your community, whether it's teen court, adult drug court, family treatment court, whatever kind of problem-solving, you can get involved with those. I mean, you can be on the treatment team. You can make referrals and support those programs, because the judges that are doing it on a volunteer basis. The treatment team folks who are doing that are doing it on a volunteer basis. But those programs need the support of lawyers making referrals. They also need the support of lawyers willing to serve on the treatment teams. So I would impress that upon you as well. So again, congratulations and welcome to the West Virginia State Bar.
Thank you, Justice Ewing. Justice Trump.
Thank you, Chief Justice Bunn. I'll add my voice to the chorus of those congratulating all of you, this important accomplishment and milestone in your lives. I'm just flabbergasted as I listen to the academic exploits and triumphs of the admittees, and it makes us all feel very good about the future of West Virginia, and to learn, as we have some, about the engagement you've already made and the work you're already doing in this state. It's so important, and I hope you take this moment and remember it always. It was an important moment for all of us when we were admitted to the state bar. You are now. You're part of a large family of people who are committed professionally, personally, to not just the constitutions of West Virginia and the United States, but the people. The people for whom the law may mean everything. You know, we're less than 2 months away now from the 250th anniversary birthday of this nation. This experiment in self-government commenced on this continent 2.5 centuries ago. And, you know, it was radical at the time, but in the 2.5 centuries since, it has spread throughout the world. The experiment commenced here, and it depends in great degree on law. And so we commend you all for your commitment to the law, because what it means and I don't think I'm overstating it, but it's the mechanism by which everything we care about will be preserved for future generations. So I congratulate all of you on your achievement today, your admission. And I, among the rest of my colleagues, look forward with great anticipation to seeing your triumphs, achievements, and accomplishments in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Justice Trump. Justice Wooten.
Thank you, Chief. I want to join with my colleagues in congratulating you on your accomplishment and welcome to the West Virginia State Bar. It is a significant accomplishment. This is a day that you may well remember for a very long time. The accomplishment, as I anticipate you would acknowledge, is not solely the result of your efforts. The people behind you in this room today supported you throughout your efforts to finish law school and to become admitted. I congratulate those of you who assisted the new admittees. It paid off, and your efforts will no doubt be remembered forever. The oath you just took included allegiance and a pledge to practice law with civility. That's a fairly new addition to our bar oath, but that's been a common trait in West Virginia lawyers for as long as I can remember, and I suspect I can go back farther than anyone else in this room. It's a trait that's common not just to lawyers, but to West Virginia citizens. And I would encourage you to let that pledge of civility be the polar star, if you will, of your practice of law, of your interaction with your colleagues, with the courts, and with ordinary citizens and clients. It really makes it enjoyable to practice law in this state. And for those of you that intend to actually stay in West Virginia and practice, we sorely need you. That civility pledge makes it a really enjoyable place to work. So I'm glad to welcome you here and hope that you will devote a lot of your time as a practicing lawyer to the practice in West Virginia. As a lawyer, you join, not just in West Virginia, but throughout the nation, a privileged group of citizens in this nation. Lawyers have the right to do things on behalf of their fellow citizens that other people do not have that right. And your fellow citizens will recognize that and also look to you in unexpected ways. You will be expected to assume leadership roles in your community in all sorts of endeavors apart from being an attorney advocating for a client. You may be expected to fill political positions. You may be on the Board of Education or City Council or a host of other positions where people look to you because you're a lawyer to provide necessary leadership. That would include just a host of endeavors that you won't think of. If you go to a civic club meeting or even a church business meeting, if you speak, people will pay more attention to what you say just because you're a lawyer. And I would encourage each of you to embrace that obligation. And I say obligation because that's what it is. If you look back to 250 years ago when this nation was founded, you'll find that an amazing number of the fathers of this nation were trained as a lawyer. It's traditional that members of the bar provide leadership in a host of areas. That's the legacy that you are now a part of. That's an obligation that you have. So I would urge you to be willing to fulfill that obligation. I do want to comment on this courtroom. It's a wonderful place for us to come to work. And if this is your first time here, I suggest you observe it. You may think you've seen it watching television newscasts showing the United States Supreme Court's chambers. And if you've seen those on TV, ours is remarkably like theirs. And people sometimes observe, you copied the U.S. Supreme Court, but that's not true. This building was completed about 1932, and our architect was a gentleman, famous architect named Cass Gilbert. And the United States Supreme Court met in a portion of the United States Capitol building. But in the 30s, the court determined that they needed more room for various support offices and whatnot. So the Supreme Court, as I've been told, determined to examine various state Supreme Courts. And the U.S. Supreme Court looked at several of them, trying to get ideas for what they wanted. They liked ours. So we did not copy theirs. They copied ours. They went out and hired the same architects we had. We've got 5 chairs. The version he drew for the U.S. Supreme Court is slightly larger. They've got 9 chairs. But theirs is a replica of what we have. It's something worth remembering. Again, I want to close by congratulating you, each of you and your supporters, and welcome to the bar.
Thank you, Justice Wooten. I too want to echo the comments of my colleagues. The good part about being chief is that you get to tell whoever to go first, but then you have to go last, and all the good stuff's already been said. But I do think I want to just tap on and emphasize your civility oath. The oath requires you to conduct yourself with respect and civility to judges. Yes, Emily, that means your dad. To court staff and, quote, all other persons. Speaking to myself here, that even means pit grads. And as you conduct yourself that way, I want you to know that it means a lot to my colleagues and I, and particularly in disagreement. Everybody can be nice when you're on the same page, but the nature of the work that you are about to embark upon, or further, if this is not your first admission, is adversarial. And there will be times where it's going to get really hard to be civil and respectful and to disagree well. But I will tell you, from sitting on this side of the bench, that disagreeing well is going to be one of your greatest strengths. It does not inure to your benefit or your client's benefit to get sharp elbows and point fingers or to take shortcuts even. Know your case, know it well, advocate well, and we will notice on this side of the bench. And I will tell you that my 4 colleagues sitting up here are not just my colleagues who demonstrate disagreement well. They are also my friends. And not only when we all agree and it's a 5-0 opinion, but when it's a hotly contested 3-2, or even last term we had a plurality opinion. But you know what? We respect each other. We hear each other on every single issue. And they are the iron that sharpens my iron. And it inures to the benefit of the citizens of West Virginia. The court is better, our opinions are better, because we are disagreeing well. And the same goes for you. If you are disagreeing well and advocating well, you will help us make the right decisions. You will ask the right questions. You will answer the questions the right way. So I just encourage you to think of that as you go on and advocate in this adversarial but dignified and civil practice. Second, I just want to encourage you to be open to twists and turns, because there will be twists, there will be turns, and there will be obstacles. Sitting here, you probably have a plan, and you probably think you know where you'll be and what you'll be practicing in 10 years. And I will guarantee you, you probably don't. Because if you had asked me when I stood in here on what used to be not so great red carpet, does anybody remember the cushy red carpet? We're glad that's gone. But as I stood in here and took the oath, I thought I had a plan and I thought I knew where I would be. It didn't end up here in the chair that my daughter says is too big for me. But you have to be open to the open doors, to the twists and turns, to the things that may seem like setbacks in the moment, but they're actually your greatest opportunities. They're going to come. Just be ready. And I know you're all so very well equipped to handle it. So with that, we congratulate you and welcome you to our West Virginia Bar. Thank you.